Yo, what's up guys, it's Talon. Today I'm going to be talking about my road to rank 1 and giving you guys an update. I thought every once a week or every other week I'll kind of give you guys an update on how the road to rank 1 is going so you can track my progress. And then I'm going to VOD review after we go over the initial kind of profile and how everything's going. So we're currently at Master 3. I'm 5 marks, 55% win rate in 106 games, very high S ratings currently, so we've been performing really well. You can see 41 S ratings, 19 A ratings, so in over half my games I'm doing better than 80 or 90% of players in terms of performance. And then on champion pool, I've been doing really well on these few champions. I'm really only playing 5 champions: Renekton, Vi, Jace, Varus, and Thresh. With Vi and Thresh especially, I've been performing really well and winning a lot. I've been performing really well in Jace too, but not won as much, not been able to close out some games, just had a few, not great games there. And then Renekton and Varus, I'm both kind of struggling to necessarily climb on. I'm not doing bad on them. I feel like I'm still winning lane and doing really well, but the conversion of my leads into wins seem to be a bit difficult, and that's really something that I'm going to go into in my VOD reviews. I think we're going to be VOD reviewing some Renekton games, and I'm kind of just going to skip through and then edit in the parts, show you guys the parts where I find a specific thing that I'm looking at, because I'm kind of going to just be watching the replays and then taking a couple notes and showing you guys the main things that I feel like I need to work on so that I can then have something that I want to work on for the next time we make this video, and I'll kind of update you guys on how that all went. But overall, in terms of win rate, in terms of everything, we're doing pretty well this season. If we go to the leaderboards, we're not, crazy high. That was my friend Liz, but in the server, 33 marks is the highest, and we're 5 marks, so we're 28 marks behind rank 1, which is not bad. Early season, definitely a lot of 5 queues, so obviously I'm playing solo or duo queue, not really 5 queuing, so a lot of these people that do get higher, I don't know if this specific rank 1 is 5 queuing or not, but a lot of them are, and so it's a little hard to catch up initially, which is why the early season we're more just focusing on trying to get to Sovereign within, say, a month and a half or 2 months, and then we kind of really grind at the end of the season. So yeah, let's just get right into the VOD reviewing now. And I just wanted to add, guys, I'm only going to show certain parts of the review where I actually find something to work on, so it might feel like it's cut up. That's just going to be because I'm only going to show you guys the parts where I actually write something down or find something to learn about. And so this is where the game started to go bad. And so this is the first thing where I don't think I actually took jungle into account when making this decision. So now this is where I can kind of look back on the earlier gank where we ended up seeing Rengar, and we know that he is topside, and that I can even see that this camp is spawned here, for example. And so I know that when I come back, Rengar is going to be on this side of the map. He's likely going to have ultimate, and my jungler is going to go other side. And so I'm going to write down some notes, because that's kind of how I typically learn about, or kind of take note of what I'm doing wrong. And so I wrote some notes here from earlier when I was VOD reviewing on my own. You can see, so I'm going to start at note number 5, where I'm kind of not paying attention to jungle pathing after initial clear, which we can even see in some of my earlier notes. As you can see here, I would often get ganked by enemy jungle mid-game, and then I would go to the opposite side, so then I would get ganked again, because then I'd be essentially matching their pathing. I'd get ganked multiple times. And so again, the issue here is that I let jungle screw up my game here, because I know he's going to be here, but I still go forward too far, and I trade. So then, again, with the second death here, as we'll kind of see, let's see what sort of led to it. I was trading with him more aggressively when his jungler could be there. And so I should have just let him kind of crash the wave on me, and I would have been in a much better spot there. And then this leads to the Rengar getting a lot of free gold, and Rengar ended up being a big problem this game. And so I made it really easy for Rengar to catch up or to get very far ahead. And then this kind of leads to the game going in a really bad direction. And so we can kind of see that initial issue is definitely something that's been persisting in my gameplay, and something that I have been doing wrong. So this next play, I think I just kind of walk up, hit her pretty dumb, and die, but I do think there's reasons for why I ended up thinking. So in this situation, I'm up 1,000 gold on her, and so I felt like I'm really strong after having recalled, and so I tried to trade with her and thought that there's no way she can really kill me. But the reality, she's in a Kali with mana boots and item, and a magic thing, and so in terms of items and champion matchup, I have nothing to make me less squishy, so she's still going to one-shot me. And the wave is on her side, so like I could have just let the wave push into me and then traded with her in short trades, because she's a burst damage champion who wants to all in me, and as my champion I want to poke her down and then only go into her when she's a lot lower. And so I think in this situation I just ended up getting really greedy with my lead and trying to over push it. And I already wrote notes down because I recorded this once and then thought I didn't record it. So my two main things were I was too greedy with my flash. I could have flashed much earlier and then I wouldn't have died. obviously, and then I need to take into account the actual items and like think about what the enemy wants to do. Because to me, what Akali really wanted to do in this scenario is obviously she wants to all in me, whereas I want to poke. And in this scenario, when she has her item spike, she wants to fight and ult me, right? And in my head, I'm thinking I need to push my lead really far because my team is losing. But I think I just need to be less greedy, less trying to push my lead, and more just trying to understand and put myself kind of in the enemy's shoes. So the main thing for me is that I need to think more about what the enemy are actually going to want to do in the game in terms of jungle pathing and in terms of what type of kill angles do they have. Will they see a kill angle on me, rather than only thinking about myself during the game. All right, and then here, I know their jungler could possibly be here because it's around 1 minute and 20 seconds, and yet I kite into sort of an area where I'm gankable, and then I mess up my flash. I remember I kind of panicked this flash. I just kind of misclicked the flash, which obviously leads to an easy death, but I think in terms of my trading, I need to be trading when the jungler has a possibility of being on my lane on the side of the map that will make me less likely to get ganked, and so that's really the thing I'm gonna learn from this. Obviously, you know, messing up the flash makes me die instead of just making me lose my flash, but I still think there's something to learn from that as well. And so I think the main thing is trade on parts of the map that make you less gankable, because then you get more vision and easier. And these just small things are some things that I think I need to shift, because I don't think I'm really ever thinking about where I want to trade. I'm just thinking about, am I actually like winning this trade or losing this trade? And so then I want to watch what I do at this point, which I started to play more aggressive because they're junglers here. But I do think just my positioning in lane should be a little bit more based on jungle pathing and where they can be. So even like here, I think I can just make more of a habit of hovering towards top side like I do here. And I think just hovering towards that bush, for example, makes it much harder for me to get ganked or for anything to happen. Whereas a lot of times when I'm trading, I'm not necessarily on the proper side of the map. And I think I should hover more towards the right side when my jungler is on my side of the map. So I think that's actually a pretty big note that I haven't really thought about before, is that depending on if jungle is on my side of the map or not, I can change where I'm standing in the top lane. Because I think about it in mid lane, obviously, because then you're like, I'm going to hover. But I don't really think about it in top lane because it's a little bit different. And so I think in this scenario, again, if I'm doing that in terms of hovering based on where the jungler is actually pathing, then it'll make me a lot harder to gank. So again, if I'm getting ganked, or if the enemy jungler is on my side of the map and I expect to possibly get ganked, if I just start fighting towards the bushes, it makes it a lot easier to escape a gank. And then when my jungler is actually on my side of the map, I start trading towards bot side, like towards the jungle side of the map. And so I think that is a really big thing to definitely look into as well. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a shorter one. The main goal was just to update you guys and then give you guys an idea of what I'm kind of going to work on. And so these 4 main points here are really what I'm going to think about. I think a lot of it relates to jungle pathing, because that does feel like I'm not usually losing a lot of lane phases at the moment. Obviously, every once in a while I will. But I think the main thing I'm going to be focusing on is paying attention to jungle clear even later in the game rather than only early game. I want to be less greedy with my flash, so I just want to use my flash when I think I might need it. Or same with like ultimates. I feel like I greed a lot of spells, which is something I need to think about more. And then if I'm trading on parts of the map, this says trading on parts of the map that make you less gankable, like I'm not thinking about this. And honestly, I think this is such a big thing that I need to start doing in my game for sure. And then obviously the Akali death was kind of more of a dumb one, but I'm not really thinking about what the enemy want to do as much. And then some of the earlier things that I wanted to work on that I noticed before were kind of also relating to jungle pathing a lot. And I just think that's the main thing that I'm going to focus on. So that's going to do it for the video. Going on, road to rank 1, so I thought I'd give you guys this type of video every couple weeks or so. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.